Good morning and welcome to another worship. And on this special Earth Day and the 50th celebration, 50th anniversary of Earth Day, I thought I would film the introduction to our worship at a little beauty spot, which is part of my daily one exercise. So I'm not going out when I shouldn't be going out. This is just up the road from where I live, and you probably recognise the scene in the background, bit of Killeen. And thought this would be really apt to showcase the beautiful world that we live in. And even when times are tough like this, it just shows how wonderful the world is around us and how we can get out and enjoy it when we can. And hopefully when all these restrictions are lifted, we'll be able to enjoy it even more. Begin our worship with some facts all about Earth Day, what it is, why we celebrate the April the 22nd each year, and what's going on around the world, and also what we as individuals can do. And this year the theme is all about staying inside. Even when we are inside, there's still lots of things we can do in our gardens to appreciate the world around us, especially in these times of pollution and climate change and big changes to our world. We can do what we can in our own backyard. Earth Day is a global event which takes place every year on the 22nd of April. 1970 was the first year Earth Day was held, and since then more and more people have shown their support for the environment by becoming involved. And this year it's the 50th anniversary, so it's going to be a little bit special, even though we're in very special times. Why is Earth Day important? Well, we only have one Earth. Some people say there is no planet B. I can't ask you to discuss that really, but what does it mean? When we haven't got a planet B, there is no planet B. There's no backup. This is our one world. And although there's lots of scientists and space expeditions trying to figure out if we can live on any other planets, we only have this planet, so we have to look after it. On this day, people across the world get together to raise awareness of climate change, plastic pollution, air pollution, and other important climate issues that our Earth is facing. According to the United Nations, which is a big council that looks after most countries in the world, they say there is no country that is not experiencing the drastic effects of climate change. Greenhouse gas emissions from meat production, factories and vehicles around the world have increased by 1/2 in the last 30 years. So basically pollution has increased by 1/2, which in the last 30 years, which is a very short amount of time compared to how many years the world has been around for. As the temperature of the planet rises, sea ice melts. Therefore, sea levels have risen about 20 centimetres in the last 140 years. It is predicted that, unless governments around the world take action, sea levels will continue to rise another 30 to 122 centimetres by the year 2100, which isn't that far away. Our changing climate presents problems with flooding, droughts, wildfires, extreme weather, food production, habitat loss, and animal extinction. What we do next is incredibly important, and it was in the news an awful lot. Before this virus outbreak, there was news nearly every day about climate change and about what people are doing and trying to do around the world just to slow down the changes to our world. Involved in the campaign, there have been a number of famous people, and a few quotes from some of them here. Barack Obama used to be the President of the United States of America before Donald Trump. And he said, climate change is no longer some far-off problem. It is happening here. It is happening now. And then two other people that you're more likely to recognise. So David Attenborough, who's done some fantastic programmes, and he was the one that kick-started all the work on plastic pollution after some of the scenes in his documentaries. And he says, right now, we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. And then one from more your age, Greta Thunberg, who's been in the news recently because she started taking every Friday off school to protest against people and governments not doing enough to combat climate change. And she says the climate change crisis has already been solved. We already have the facts and solutions. All we have to do is wake up and change. So all she's saying is that the scientists have proved that climate change is happening. All we've got to do is actually take action and do something. So what can we do to help? Well, most of it is stuff that hopefully you're doing already, and it's stuff you've probably heard before. And you might think it's impossible to do a huge amount, but every little bit helps. And if everybody does these things, then it culminates in a massive effort. So the first thing it says here, reduce the consumption of unsustainable fossil fuels. Basically, what that means is use less electricity, use less heating, switch off your lights, unplug electronics, turn your heating down by a degree. All right, try not to use as much recycle more. Try not to use as much energy around the house. Reduce pollution, walk or bike whenever possible. Put litter in the waste bins and take it to recycling centres. And at the moment, with not many cars on the road, the pollution levels have gone down massively, which is great news, but it's obviously only a temporary thing. A few more things you can do: reduce and recycle. Find different uses for old things. If you can't, take them to the local recycling centre. Eat less meat and dairy. There's been a few bits of news recently saying meat production used lots of resources and is linked to the destruction of animals in the areas in the rainforest. Farm animals produce methane, a harmful greenhouse gas. And take action. You can even, especially if you've got some time at home over the next few weeks, write to your local MP to tell them of your concerns. Because even though we're in this this crisis for the virus, climate change is still happening and things still need to take place. And so, we all have a responsibility to look after our planet for future generations to enjoy. What action will you take today? And the thought for today is a quote from the Dalai Lama. We have a responsibility to look after our planet. It is our only home. Okay. Going to sing Stars from I Sing Pop, my favourite song. So get those singing voices and actions going, and I'll see you on the other side.
Stories of the Bible. Creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was empty, formless, and dark. But the Spirit of God was there. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light." And God saw that the light was good. Then He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a space to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." God called the space sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." God called the dry ground land and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with every sort of plant and tree." And God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night." God made two great lights, the sun for the day and the moon for the night. He also made the stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, and God saw that it was good. On the fifth day, God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." And God saw that it was good. On the sixth day, God said, "Let the earth make every sort of animal." God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock and small animals, each able to have babies of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, to be like us." So God created man in his own image. He formed man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into man, and a man became alive. Then he saw that the man needed a helper, so God put man into a deep sleep, and while he slept, God took one of the man's ribs. Then God made a woman from the rib and brought her to the man.
Hello. Hi.
Then God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and rule over it. Rule over the fish in the sea,
Hello, Will.
the birds in the sky,
Hello, Bird.
and all the animals that scurry along the ground." Then God said, "Look, I have given you every plant throughout the earth, and all the fruit trees for your food, and I have given you every green plant as food for all the animals." Then God looked over all he had made, and he saw that it was very good. So the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was done. So on the seventh day, God rested from all his work, and God blessed the seventh day and said it was holy.
Hope you enjoyed the video, and while we're thinking of Earth Day, nothing better to think about is the wonders around us and how God created the world for us to enjoy. Take a good look at God's wonders. They will take your breath away. And I know from some of the images on the very first video that we showed you at the beginning of the worship, there's some incredible pictures, and you can easily go on the internet and find some absolutely beautiful pictures of God's world and everything he created for us. Another song now, one of my little favourites from when I was a child, from the tiny ant to the elephant, and I think we probably haven't sung this for a while, but it's an absolute classic, so enjoy singing this song.
From the tiny ant to the elephant, from the snake to the kangaroo, from the snake to the kangaroo, from the great white shark to the singing lark.
What a great song, took me all the way back to my childhood days. Christians and many other world faiths believe that God gave everyone our planet to share and enjoy. We can all do things to help to keep Earth in good condition for future generations. We may feel like the things that we do to help are small, but all the small things added together make a huge difference to the world. And we're going to have two prayers for us now. The first one comes from a pupil, a boy in year 5, who wrote a rainbow prayer after the worship we had recently. And I thought I absolutely need to share this during worship. And then we're just going to have a short prayer reflecting on today's theme. So, hands together, eyes closed. Or you may want to watch the first prayer.
I can pray a rainbow. Red, thank you God for my loving family. Orange, please help COVID-19 to go as fast as it can and help us to be patient at this time. Yellow, please help my nanny, mama and Pompa because they couldn't go on a walk and see their family. Oops. Green, please help everyone who is unwell and suffering from COVID-19. Blue, thank you for all the NHS key workers for helping us through the COVID-19. Purple, thank you Boris Johnson for keeping our daily updates for COVID-19. Purple, thank you Pink, please God help my family and friends to be safe. Amen.
Dear God, we live in a world of endless potential. For this, we thank you. We live in a world of beauty. For this, we thank you. Help us always to remember to think and act responsibly. Help us to protect the earth for future generations to enjoy. Amen. And thank you for the prayer. And thank you for listening today. Now, before I go, after Monday's worship, where we asked if anybody had any shout-outs, we had 2 sent in to go out today. And the first one comes from one of the teachers in school. She emailed me, Miss Price emailed me, saying, can she give a big, massive, humongous shout-out to all the gorgeous, super, brilliant children in Dosbarth Klein. Love and hugs from Miss Price. Miss you loads. So absolutely my pleasure to give that shout-out. And then we had another shout out from Sebastian Humphreys, and he wants to give a shout out to his dad, who is a key worker and working hard every day. He wishes he was home with him. Thank you for all the hard work that he's doing. And we've got a one more shout out coming on Friday, but if anybody else has any more shout outs, please let me know and we can include those. So 2 things to finish our worship with. The first one, another I sing pop. I lift my hands up when I celebrate the love and the world around us. And then in celebration of Earth Day, I thought I'd make a little video to finish the worship of. I found some lovely footage of our school and the surrounding areas to celebrate the wonderful world that we live in. And I don't know if anybody saw on the weekend the big concert arranged by Lady Gaga and the World Health Organization and Global Citizen to celebrate and to raise money and awareness of everything that's going on together, where there was a very special performance towards the end of the concert from John Legend, Celine Dion, Andrea Bocelli, Lady Gaga and another, and they performed a beautiful song which celebrated how we are one world and we are together at home. So I put that as the background music for it. So hopefully the video will, you'll enjoy the video and get to see school as you've never seen it before. And hopefully we'll all be back there soon. Anyway, thank you very much for listening to today's worship. If you want anything else, want to find out anything else about World Earth Day, just go on the internet and have a look. There's lots of activities to do. especially ones that you can do to stay at home. And we'll see you for worship on Friday morning. Take care, stay safe, and God bless.
Another day and the sun comes up. I know you're with me, I can feel your love. So let it shine, let the whole world see. This is the day that you made for me. I won't let someone take away the love you gave me. Knowing what you've done, every day my heart will say, I lift my hands up, I'm gonna stand up. I wanna tell the world you set me free. I wanna thank you, I wanna praise you. It's so amazing what you've done for me. You will be there when the morning breaks. You will be there for me every day. I'm gonna dance, let the whole world see. I will rejoice for the love you bring. I won't let someone take away the love you gave me. Knowing what you've done, every day my heart will say, I lift my hands up, I'm gonna stand up. I wanna tell the world you set me free. I wanna thank you, I wanna praise you. It's so amazing what you've done for me. I won't let someone take away the love you gave me. Knowing what you've done, every day my heart will say, I lift my hands up, I wanna stand up. I wanna tell the world you set me free. I wanna thank you, I wanna praise you. It's so amazing what you've done for me. With my hands, I will tell the world you set me free. Give you thanks. So amazing what you've done for me. With my hands, I will tell the world you set me free. Give you thanks. So amazing what you've done for me.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place,
Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved.
Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza.
child.